Welcome, you guys. It's a Family Cash Machine, and welcome to the evening webinar. How you guys doing this evening? What's going on, Dave? Can you guys hear me?
Not much. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Miss Jackie's on the call. Everybody's here. It's good to see you, Winslow, on a daily basis now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Good to be
Now,
seen.
we're going to go ahead and go into the webinar. I got something I want to talk about. I was made aware today of certain action that was taken against BitConnect. And I think that now not only does Texas State SEC Security Exchange Commission has ordered a cease and desist, but also now you have the North Carolina state that has ordered a cease and desist to the company BitConnect for its network marketing in the cryptocurrency industry. Now, that's not the subject that I want to talk about. That's big news, though, because it's just a lot of people in those companies, BitConnect and USI, and I'm really sympathetic to those people because I've been caught up in a lot of companies like that. They got themselves, could you guys mute, please? They got themselves in a situation with this United States government or the Exchange Commission. I've been in a lot of situations like that over the years, even with before the cryptocurrency space even started. It's not a good position to be in, to have your money tied up somewhere and you can't get it back. I mean, I've had companies where I made $20,000 and my initial investment was $800, and at the end of the day, I had to wait a year and a half just to get my $800 back. So I lost time and I lost money. So it's not a good position to be in. But at the same time, I wanted to really focus today on a big news that I saw that Mr. Dave Lyon sent to me today. And I knew this guy was a big guy making big moves in this industry. Mr. Mike Novogratz is a known fund, what you call a hedge fund developer. He's a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. This guy is worth billions of dollars. He's made a lot of money in the internet business and doing hedge funds and the conventional way of doing them. And so I've been watching this guy because he's put about $500 million into the cryptocurrency space. And this guy is a big investor, and he is very intelligent. He deals with a lot of big Wall Street investors. And so I'm looking at what he's doing. He's actually created one of the first Bitcoin hedge funds, which is worth over 500 million so far and still counting. He is still adamantly working to build that hedge fund up. It's the first cryptocurrency hedge fund ever. Now, also, it's been brought to my attention that he is now spearheading another project, which is going to be the first merchant bank of cryptocurrency. Wow. So this guy has vision, man. And I'm saying to myself that because he comes from a world of investing, he comes from the world of Wall Street, he comes from the world of conventional investing, he's bringing the mindset of conventional investing into the cryptocurrency space. And it's kind of like an oxymoron a little bit because he's using the old ideology with the new technology. But my point is he's putting himself in a position to capitalize off of this technology. Now, here's a guy who's a billionaire. I told you guys, there's only 1,400 billionaires in the world. That's it. 1,400, maybe 1,500 now, close to. But that's a very, very, very small number. And I don't think this guy was born a billionaire. So he's a super entrepreneur and a super smart guy when it comes to investing money. I think he knows what he's doing. So my point to everyone is he's in the cryptocurrency industry because he understands and has the vision from an investor's point of view to know this is where the money is at. Now, the Family Cash Machine started 2 years ago because we saw, myself and Strategic Man, Dave Lyons, LaQuisha, all of us saw that this industry was probably going to be the biggest disruption of money ever in the history of the world. We saw that disruptions create momentum for those who are the disruptors. We saw that when industries are disrupted, it actually is a negative for those who are disrupted, but it is a exchange of wealth for those who are the disruptors. And so we decided to make ourselves and position ourselves to be on the side of the disruptors that will disrupt the old system of money, because now money is being disrupted. And so Mike Novogratz is really making some major moves, and also Goldman Sachs is making major moves. Other companies, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the big boys are in this thing, and it's really kind of bugging me that the small average American now and most of my peers are still thinking that this thing is a scam. They're thinking that this thing is a bubble. They're thinking that Bitcoin is just a trend and it's going to burst in a minute. Now, when I listen to people like Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, the real guy from Wolf of Wall Street, I had a tremendous amount of respect for Jordan Belfort. Watching that movie, it forced me to go and read his story and kind of investigate him. And one of the things that I still admire about him is his ability, if you watch the movie, to take average people, to take anybody from any walk of life and make them millionaires. He took regular waitresses and people who were selling marijuana and people who were pill peddlers and made them multimillionaires. He took some of the people in society would call, undesirables and made them millionaires. So that was one of the things that I really respected about Jordan Belfort. But recently, I'm noticing that he's making a lot of bad statements about cryptocurrency and saying that it's a bubble. I'm noticing that he's saying it's a bubble. It's gonna burst. You guys mute yourselves, please. Could you mute yourselves? I'm noticing that he's saying it's a bubble. I'm noticing that he's could you please mute yourself? Travis, could you please mute yourself? I can't mute you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So yeah, I'm noticing that some of the big quote unquote financial advisors, people who have matriculated with master's and doctorate degrees in finance, they're saying cryptocurrency, Bitcoin it's gonna bubble, it's gonna burst, and I'm noticing all these quote unquote financial experts are talking so much about Bitcoin getting ready to bubble, but they're not talking about the dollar. They're not talking about the dollar getting ready to bubble. Nobody's talking about the American dollar is in a bubble. Nobody's talking about the dollar is getting ready to fail. The dollar is in a crisis. The dollar is in debt, and the economy, the global economy, is in trouble, and the American dollar is in debt. Nobody's talking about that. The quote unquote experts, nobody's talking about that. I just thought that was quite interesting. These so-called financial gurus and these financial doctorates and master's degrees who matriculated from Harvard and Yale and Princeton and Stanford, nobody's talking about the bubble of the US dollar. Let's talk about it a little bit. Okay, I talked about Mike Novogratz and all these big Wall Street guys that are now fumbling around in this industry. Why? Why is Mike Novogratz putting $400, $800, $900 million in this industry? Why is it that Bill Gates is putting money in this industry? Why is it that all these other multimillionaires who invest and they look at money and they have a team of analysts, they have a team of economic advisors, they have graphs, they have all this equipment, they're all coming to this industry. But yet the little guys, the guys out here, the guys that's on this, regular working people are still going, I don't know, it looks like it's a little risky. Oh, you might lose your shirt. But the guys with the real money are putting real money in this industry. That tells you something right there. Okay, now, the American dollar. Let's look at the dollar. The US dollar was backed by gold. They took the dollar off of gold And now the dollar has been basically backed by oil. Wow. The only thing that's been keeping the United States dollar afloat is oil. All the oil prices around the world are predicated on US dollar value. That is being threatened right now. You know, I think that Donald Trump and Bush and even Clinton and even Obama, everybody was talking so much about terrorism is the biggest threat to this country. No, the biggest threat to this country right now to national security is that all these countries are not using the dollar anymore. And you have bilateral agreements between China and Russia. And people don't realize that Russia is one of the #1 oil producers in the world, along with Saudi Arabia, okay? Well, now you have a bilateral agreement between Russia and China to not use US dollars in the agreement or trade of oil. Wow. China is one of the #1 oil consumers in the world. Now you have the #1 oil consumer, you have one of the #1 oil producers that have now agreed, we're not going to use dollars to trade oil. Last year, you had China, a couple years ago, China invested and borrowed and loaned a bunch of billions of dollars to Africa. Africa is one of the most resourceful countries in the world. Africa has to buy tires from Europe and America, but Africa has miles and miles and miles of rubber trees, but they don't have manufacturing. So it's been done that way for a reason, because if Africa ever was to create and to become more industrialized, and because they have all the natural resources, game over. So it is a concerted effort to keep Africa under industrialized, okay? Now Africa has now been lent money from China, billions and billions of dollars, and I must commend my man, I must commend him. What's his name? I was just thinking about it. Akon. Yeah, thank you, man. Akon. I commend Akon because Akon made China commit to him $1 billion. While Chris Brown and Soulja Boy was fighting over who is a Compton blood and which one of them, who neither one of them are from California, which one of them are OG bloods from Compton, Fruitown. While they were arguing about that, and while they were arguing about why did you like one of my girlfriend's pictures, you know, Karuchi's pictures, while they were arguing about that, Akon, he obligated China to $1 billion. Wow. $1 billion. Okay. Now China loaned billions of dollars to Africa, but Akon obligated them to $1 billion. Now, Africa has been paying back that loan in oil. So now we have another agreement, a major agreement that is excluding the American dollar. Now remember, what is supporting the dollar is created by debt. If anybody watches Mike Mahoney's video, it's called The Hidden Secrets of Money. It's part 1, 2, 3, 4. The number 4 is called The Biggest Scam in History, which is talks about the Federal Reserve. Now, when you understand the US dollar, there's debt that's created that generates dollars. So that was never a big issue when you had gold backing the dollars. They could always pay that back to debt. That was never an issue when they took it off of gold and backed the dollar now by oil. But guess what? Now there's countries like Saudi Arabia. Iran has made an agreement with China. They're going to be trading oil, not for US dollars. They're going to be exchanging oil for whatever goods they want to accept from China. Wow. So the American dollar is in big trouble. It doesn't have the support. And there are several countries now in alliances to bring the dollar down. Why nobody's talking about this? Everybody's so focused about, oh, Bitcoin's going to crash. I would rather have my money in Bitcoin than US dollars right now. And some people will say, well, man, you're an American citizen. Why are you talking so bad about the US dollar? It's going to affect you. No, it's not. I've escaped that because I understand what's going on in the world, and I'm teaching other people the dynamics of what's happening and how it's going to affect you, okay? So we have learned that we've created our own safety net and our own security and our own value. And value is created by people. We've learned that now with Bitcoin, is that people can create their own value. They can create their own commodity. As I was reading today, that the ETFs now, that Chicago Board of Options and Exchange have pretty much been asked to go back to the drawing board by the Security Exchange Commissions. They were going to submit 6 different ETFs on Wall Street. They're pretty much kind of squashed them right now, okay? Again, why are we continuing to go to a centralized system to approve a decentralized product? This decentralized product has went from zero, no money, all the way to $16,000, $17,000, $18,000 per cryptocurrency on Bitcoin, without the approval of Wall Street, without the approval of a bank, without the approval of a government, solely on the interaction of people. Now, I'm reading comments from Jordan Belfort, Warren Buffett. I'm reading comments from bank presidents, and they all are negative about Bitcoin, but these are people who have masters and doctorates in economics. Is it that they don't know what's going on the American economy? How is it that a guy like me, who didn't master in any of economics, didn't matriculate from anywhere, don't have a degree in any economics, how is it that a simple guy like me understands the dynamics of this stuff and they don't? I don't think so. I wonder sometimes, is Warren Buffett buying cryptocurrency on the side? I'm wondering. This guy is not a dummy. This guy is a billionaire. This guy is very crafty in his art. And if you watch The Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort would talk down to his client and build his client up and say, hey, buy this, it's the best thing going on. And then he'll throw up a sign like this as the guy is buying it. So is he doing the same thing right now? Interesting. I'm wondering if he is. That's a very interesting concept. It's like a 52 fake. It's like a banana in a tailpipe, you know. You shake and move, because one thing I told you guys, this industry is based solely on supply and demand, which is what value should be predicated on. Now, the more people buy Bitcoins, the higher it goes. So why don't I say some things to make people not want to buy it? So the price stays low, so I can buy as much as I can while it's low. Not that they're hurting for any money, of course. These guys got plenty of money. I think Jordan Belfort still worth $100 million, even after doing 10 years, even after being banned from the SEC and all this other stuff. This guy is still worth $100 million, so he can buy a bunch of Bitcoins. But wouldn't you rather buy them cheaper? It just makes sense to buy them cheaper. So I want to keep everybody, eluded away so they can stay cheap, so I can keep buying them cheap. So when they finally get it and realize I was lying the whole time, then, hey, I'm way ahead. So this is what's going on, man. I just don't believe that these people like Damone, the JP Morgan vice president, consistently making bad comments about Bitcoin's price, making bad comments about this industry. But now it's being found out that he's been consulting his clients to buy Bitcoins. So that's one guy we know for sure has been double talking. But I'm kind of wondering now if Warren Buffett and all these other guys have been double talking the whole time. It just makes you wonder. It's about money, okay? You can't really trust people when it comes to money. And this is why we have this industry. This industry here was created where you don't have to trust any individual when it comes to your money. There's algorithms and mathematics and a computer programmed algorithm that distributes it, and we don't have to trust someone holding our money. Now, I was able to get like, I think a transfer today from Kuwait. Somebody sent me some capital from Kuwait. And the banks asked all kind of questions. They want to even talk to me on the phone. And I'm saying to myself, they don't want to let that money go. They do not want to let your money go because banks trade your money. So they try to come up with every excuse in the world not to release the money, or they'll take forever to do an international transaction because time is money. The longer they can keep your money, the longer they can trade your money. Banks trade your money. And if the American people knew how much money they made on your money in their account, and you saw how much they paid you, it would be a revolution overnight. Henry Ford said, if the American people understood the banking system in America, there would be a revolution overnight. Now, if you guys watch, again, I'm gonna blast this out to the world. Continue to blast this out. You guys need to watch Mike Mahoney's video, okay? The Hidden Secrets of Money. And even Mike Mahoney says, just spread this video everywhere you can. Spread it all over YouTube. Spread it all over Facebook. People need to understand how money is created, okay? And when you understand that, you'll know, oh my God, this system is not gonna last. And so what I'm saying to you guys is cryptocurrency is a solution. It's a solution to the problem that we've been kicking the can down the road for years and years and years and years, and nobody wanted to settle this problem. Donald Trump cannot settle this problem. I was in a grocery store the other day, and there was a guy in front of me, and you know, he just made a point to say, you know, he saw me right behind him. I'm a Donald Trump guy. Oh yeah, I'm a Donald Trump guy. Oh yeah, my cousin's a Donald Trump guy, and my nephew's a Donald Trump guy. It was 3 guys in front of me. He made a point to, like, what am I gonna do? Like, okay, you want a cookie? What you want? A sucker or something? I mean, so what? He cannot fix the economic problem right now. No president can fix this problem. When you understand that, you don't get all hyped up on an individual, on a personality. You don't buy personalities. You understand the problem. The problem is beyond any personality right now. It's a mathematical problem. It cannot be solved because dollars that are circulated in this country all are created by debt. It takes $10 to create 1 free dollar in this country. So how could the free money ever catch up with the debt? It could never catch up with the debt. It wasn't designed to catch up with the debt. And what was the safety net was oil. We'll use oil to back the dollars. But what's going to happen when all these countries decide not to use the American dollar anymore? We're going to go back to bartering. I'll give you 50 million barrels of oil, and I need some sulfur. I need some, some diamonds. I need some cotton. I need some rubber. I need some, see what I mean? When it goes to that, it could very well force the dollar to inflate because now they got to print more to make the people think it's worth something. And that's going to create a disastrous end. All you guys have to do right now is go to YouTube and watch Zimbabwe, okay? Watch the history of Zimbabwe. Watch the history of Germany. Germany had a disastrous end like that, which gave rise to Hitler. Hitler gave rise because of economic super hyperinflation. So all of this stuff is about money, man. Everything's about money. It's not hard. It's so simple. I mean, a 7-year-old kid could understand it, but they try to make it so complicated. Okay, it's not hard at all. But what I'm saying to you guys is cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, is the reason why these multi-billionaires are gravitating to that, because they understand the economic problem. They understand the problem can't be fixed. So they want to put their money in something more secure. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Novogratz has a little more of his income in cryptocurrency than what he's telling people. Now, I know a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Mike Novogratz told everybody he had $400 million in cryptocurrency. Well, we know this industry grew from $2 billion to $800 billion in the last year. If you had $1,000 last year invested in Ethereum, you now have $88,000. So how in the heck is his 400 million still 400 million? Interesting question. If he invested 400 million 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago, how is it still 400 million? They're still saying he invested 400 million. No way. Because there's people on our team right now that invested $700, $800, and they're now in the 5 figures. 6, 5, that's 6 figures. And there's some people in the 6 figures and 5 figures on our team. So if he's got 400 million invested, there's no way in 2-3 years he's still at 400 million. No way. He's in the billions in his investment. Believe me, he's in the billions. But Mike Novogratz, we started off this conversation talking about Mike Novogratz has the largest, the first Bitcoin hedge fund. He's got over $500 million now in that hedge fund and growing every day. He's a hedge fund guy. He's a billionaire, okay? He's one of the 1,000th of 1% of the population. Did you hear that? 1,000 of 1%, not even 1%. I know everybody said, oh, it's the 2% to run the world. The billionaires in the world don't even make up 1,000th of 1%. So he's one of the 1,000th of 1%, okay? And he made his money. He wasn't born with money, okay? So he's a radical investor. He's radical. He knows where to go. He smells it. He knows the trends. He follows trends. And he has a team of people with all kind of graphs, all kind of economic background and studies and analogies, and he's in the cryptocurrency business. And I'm sick and tired of people, on the side going, oh my God, this thing here is just it's nothing. It's just gonna pass over. Do you think people with 400 or 500 million and $1 billion like Bill Gates are just in something that's just a passover? Come on now, let's really use your brain. So, I mean, I'm here to stay. I got planted my flag here. I think and I believe with all my heart that this industry is going to make more millionaires than any other industry ever in the history of this world. That's a strong statement. I stand on it. I believe it. I'm here to represent that right there, right now. I'm not going to retrieve that statement because I know that to be true. Okay, now, let me say this. Right now, this industry is creating millionaires every day, and they're still talking about a bubble. It's like people are still talking about a bubble. But again, no one's talking about the United States dollar bubble. Nobody's talking about the euro right now is in bad shape. Nobody's talking about, for the first time in history in the world, Greece has went bankrupt. Venezuela, bankrupt. China almost went bankrupt, but they make this bilateral agreement with Russia. China is the #1 oil consumer in the world. Russia is one of the #1 oil producers in the world. Russia's got plenty of oil. They're not worried about nothing. They have uranium. They got plutonium. They got everything right there in Russia. They got most of the main titanium. They got most of the main minerals. A lot of minerals. Very mineral rich in Russia. And now China is I want to say courting Africa. They're courting Africa. You know, nobody wanted to help Africa. China's helping Africa. They're bringing lights. They're bringing water, electricity. Okay? It is an economic battle going on right now. Whether you guys know it or not, it's going down. I understand it, and I'm not going to be a soldier of reaction and trying to block stuff when it comes and happens to me. I want to be a soldier of action. I want to be one that understands what's going on and tactically, strategically plans for my family. So when a dollar's worth nothing in a crash and everybody's in food lines, I'm still moving like nothing happened. I'm just maneuvering like nothing. And everybody looking at me like, how is it that you're still operating? How is it that you're still? Because I saw this coming, because I prepared for this. This is people have been talking about the American dollar's in trouble for years. This is nothing new. All you guys got to do is go research it. It's right in your face. It's not even hard to find out. The information will pop right up. But what I'm telling you guys right now is the US dollar is not being used globally now for oil. That is not only a threat to the US dollar, that is what they call national security. That is national security. But they're worried about, oh, let me make sure Manny is not sending an extra $5,000 out the country and he's money laundering. They're worried about, let me make sure LaQuisha is not receiving $2,000 and she's money laundering. They're putting all their attention and stuff. It's not really the main cause right now. The main cause is the dollar is not being respected as it was. There used to be a time when people respected the US dollar. They believed in the American dream and all of this stuff. And that now is not the case. There are countries now that are pretty much vowed to bringing this country down. And all this stuff is prophesied. I don't want to get into all of that on this call, but all of this stuff was prophesied in Nostradamus, the Mayan culture, the Mayan, the Aztecs, the pyramid texts. You can go on and on and on. Bible, I can find it several places where this country's not named by name, but it talks about things that's happening right now in the world. So you can't stop it. It's destiny. You can't fight it. All you can do is prepare and make sure you are secure. Now, the beautiful thing about it is this country's being disrupted. Its power, its money is being disrupted. And in a disruption, like Joe said yesterday, wealth never disintegrates. It only changes hands. So what side are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the side that's disrupted and discombobulated and confused and misabused and dissatisfied and upset? Or are you going to be on the side of those that's winning, that calculated this, saw this, strategically planned and positioned yourself to win? That's what this is about. The family caption is created so we can win. Okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be all, oh my God, the dollar's, people panicking. The New World Order. I'm not worried about none of that stuff because I'm preparing myself. I'm positioning myself to win. No matter what happens, I'm positioning myself to win. And that's what you guys got to do. You got a position right now. You're in a position to win. We're not just here to be on call, entertaining each other, talking about, oh my God, Joe made 300,000. Oh, Terrell made 50,000. That's not what we're here for. We're here to dominate, okay? We're here to take back what's rightfully ours as the people have been hoodwinked over the last 600-700 years when it comes to money. And now it's time for people to take back over their own financial destiny. That's what we're here for. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than Manny, bigger than Dave. This is about us awakening people to take back control and let mathematics, okay, not people, let mathematics handle the finances. And I trust math more than I trust anybody on this call. No point intended. I'm not, trying to, really upset anybody or offend anybody, but I'm saying that people can't be trusted when it comes to money. And the more money, the more you can't trust people. You can't trust somebody right now. Your cousin, it could be your wife. I mean, it could be your husband. You leave them with $50 million and you go to a deserted island for 3 years and come back and see what happens. Or say you go to prison for 2 years and leave $10 million out here in with your family. I mean, I know you love your family, but life goes on. But if you have a mathematical algorithm, if you have e-wallets that you can control, if you have safe encrypted places to keep your money, wow, whole different ballgame. You're not trusting an individual. Now, again, along with this technology is not just us making money. This technology can help the world, man, in so many different ways. It's not funny. When I look at the music industry and when I watch the story of TLC, when I watch the story of so many different entertainers like Tony Braxton, I can go on and on with tragic stories, even Mike Tyson, stories of people who just been so misabused when it comes to money and trusting individuals with their money. It's not even funny. And in the record industry now, with blockchain technology, I would probably assume that Tango technology as well as Hashgraph will also be they're decentralized. So in a frame, you don't have to trust an individual. But with these particular industries, okay, that were disrupted by digital technology, it was bad because a lot of artists lost money. A lot of people in the record industry, record shops. I remember I used to go to little record stores all the time and buy cassettes and stuff like that. Most of those stores are gone, okay? But I'm saying to you, with the blockchain technology and decentralization, now an artist can put their music in an encryption on the blockchain or in Tango or in Hashgraph, decentralized. People will have access to their music. Wow. And the artist can charge, say, 0.3 of a penny, not even a penny, Nobody will miss that. But when you have somebody listening to your song over and 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 over, you have hundreds of millions of plays, not sales, but plays of your record. And you're getting 1/10 of a penny for years and years and years. You control all the distribution. Nobody can hack your music. Wow. Because it's encrypted. Nobody can download your music, but they can access it on the blockchain or on Hashgraph or on Tango, on these decentralized systems. That's going to change the game for artists. Wow. Where now the artist doesn't need a distribution deal. The artist doesn't need a publishing deal. An artist doesn't need to go around and make DJs play the song and pay DJs. Oh yes, they do pay DJs. They don't have to do any of that. They don't have to pay for that stuff. They can just put it on the blockchain, do their own little promotion, and as it takes off and go viral, the artist now is in 1,000% control of his own money, of all of his money. The artist now may not sell 15 million copies of songs, but the artist may get 200 million plays of his song. And he's getting paid every time somebody play the song. Wow, game changer. So this is what the blockchain is doing, is cutting out the middleman. It's putting the people back in control of all these industries that rob people for years because we had to trust someone as a third party. No more. So this is why I'm so excited about it. It's just not about money. It's more about control. It's more about power. It's more about a trust protocol and not having to trust an individual for your money to come through. That's what this is more about. So now we got to retrain how people think. And yesterday I was watching one of the pronounced guys in Black Wealth. I was watching his video last night, and I was noticing that, I've been doing this 2 years now. I've been teaching people about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency 2 years. And I noticed that last night, as I watched one of the Black economic, quote unquote, giants of our time, and I respect this guy, and I was supposed to meet with him quite a few, 2 years ago. Actually, I was supposed to meet with him 2 years ago, and I was so busy and he was so busy. And so I watched one of his videos last night, and it's funny that as of 3-4 months ago now, he's been doing cryptocurrency. And I was saying on my videos, how is it that our Black leaders, our African-American leaders, have been talking about wealth, but they're not talking about cryptocurrency? How can you talk about wealth without teaching people how to get money? You can't have wealth without money. And you can't have money without knowledge. Okay? So, and you can have money, but without knowledge, you're going to not have money. Because a fool and his money will be parted. That's a real true thing. And we've seen that over and over again with Terrell Owens. We've seen that with Mike Tyson. We've seen that with Allen Iverson and all these different athletes who've had several $100 million and now they're broke. Evander Holyfield, we can go on and on. But money without knowledge is temporary, okay? It's not permanent. So the family cash machine is about generational wealth. We saw generational wealth in this industry, and we saw an opportunity for people not to just make money, but make a lot of money, hundreds of millions of dollars. We saw in the next 5 years an exchange on a massive scale of wealth because of all these disruptions. Smart contracts are going to disrupt a lot of things because now the contract itself executes itself without attorneys, without all these county recorder fees and this fee and that fee and that fee, and constant accountants, bookkeepers, all of that stuff, no more. A smart contract is going to disrupt several industries. And it's going to put money in your pocket. It's going to put power in your control. So smart contracts alone, by us investing in companies that got smart contracts, oh my God, our income is going to go. Because this is a disruption. But it's a good disruption. So this is the first time ever in the history of the world, okay, that a commodity was created based on data and information. So again, I tell our team, I said the most expensive or the most valuable commodity in the world is not gold or silver, but it's data, it's information. Information is the most valuable commodity in the world. So again, you guys, the American dollar's in trouble. That's why I'm here. I traded Japanese yen, Swiss francs, Deutschmarks before Europe came together into what they call a euro. The first time the euro started, it failed miserably. Then they brought it back together and it was strong. In 1956, when my father was in Japan, there was $100, 100 Japanese yen for $1. Now it's like, I think the yen was above the dollar for a while. Now it's maybe 90 cents or something. But all these currencies around the world, the American dollar used to crush them in the 70s and 80s, and even in the 50s. The dollar used to crush all of these currencies. Last time I went to Europe, I had 4,000. I think when they gave me back when they gave me euros, it was like 1,400 or something back in 2000. I think I went in 2005 or 6. You know, I lost money. I lost money. I was on a budget every day. Like, okay, family, we got $1,400. We got to spend $200 a day. That's it. But we had fun for $200 a day. But still, my point is the dollar is not dominating like it was anymore. People are not paying attention to this. But everybody want to say, oh, Bitcoin's going to bubble. Bitcoin's going to crash. Oh, it's going to bubble. What about your dollar in your pocket? What about that? Have you looked at that lately? That's not in good shape right now. So, again, you guys, the Family Cash Machine is a powerful organization that we've created of powerful minds. I'm looking at a lot of people on this call. You guys are brilliant. I've talked to you guys. Ja's brilliant. Bitcoin Armani, LaQuisha, a strategic man. All of you guys have unique skills and talents, okay, that is just incredible. And so we're working together. We're working together to make this organization a massive movement that's going to change not just our lives, but our families' lives in a most positive way. And it can be done because we're on time. The right thing at the right time is the right thing. This industry, this technology is something that the world has never seen before, okay? And that's why the billionaires are here. That's why they're here, because they know they want to not be disrupted, and they want to use this technology to further their wealth. And I'm not mad at them, okay? I'm not mad at them at all. Now, one thing I noticed about Mike Novogratz, who's a billionaire, he has the largest hedge fund in Bitcoin history, the first hedge fund ever in Bitcoin history. He made his billions doing the hedge funds, you know, okay? So he's bringing the old mindset to me, the old way of doing things to this new economy, this new digital money, this new decentralization. He's bringing the old philosophy. Okay, I get that. But he's taking advantage in the way he knows how to take advantage of the technology. He's not dumb. He's leveraging the technology and what he knows from the old world and combining them to further his wealth. You can't blame him for that. Okay, now this new merchant bank that he's coming out with, he's going to be the first merchant bank in cryptocurrency history. So what he's going to do is he's going to loan money to new upcoming cryptocurrency companies. The only thing I don't like about it is he's using a lot of the old banking techniques for qualifications for loans. You're going to have a perspectives. You're going to have good credit. You might have to have assets in your company, you know, all the old stuff. When now with the decentralized system, there's companies that loan you money without your name, without your social, without even having, good credit. They loan you money based on your Bitcoins that you possess or based on other altcoins that you have. Wow. Total different paradigm shift. Okay. But I respect this guy. He's bringing something to this industry that's not here. Now, let's look at the good, what he's doing. He's going to provide an avenue for people who have ideas for cryptocurrency companies to get funded. So because, right now America has outlawed ICOs, which I feel was one of the worst things that they could have did. What is an ICO? An initial coin offer. Initial coin offer allows anybody on this call to have an idea. Okay, I want to do a decentralized construction company, meaning that instead of the bids and the offers being controlled and you got to know somebody in the city to get that particular job or that bid on that job. To even bid on it, you got to know people. We're going to decentralize it, and I'm going to create an app that anybody, anywhere can see these jobs, these city jobs, and their companies could make bids, and it's decentralized, and there's no one source controlling it. Man, I just came up with great ideas. You guys might be able to do that. But anyway, let's say you guys came up with that, and you did an ICO and said, I'm going to have my own coin, and anybody could buy my coin in the initial coin offer, and that's like owning shares to my company. But this ICO that's going for 30 days is pretty much a crowdfunding that's going to allow me the capital to actually make this app happen. That's what a crowdfund is. That's what an ICO is. And I like that because it evens the playing field. Do you know how hard it is for a company to do an IPO? Oh my God, it is extremely, extremely expensive. It is expensive, it's rigorous, it's time consuming, and they look up your behind with a microscope. They look up everybody's behind in your company with a microscope. Everybody's history, knowledge, their whole life is under microscope. They have to know everything about you, your company, all your investors, all your partners. It has to be open for the public because you're putting your company out public for public people to invest. The average person can't do an IPO. This is exclusive for multimillionaires. But an ICO allows anybody with a great idea to get funded without good credit, without assets, without coming from a wealthy family, without knowing people. And so I think by this country making that illegal was actually a big discredit to innovation. It was a big discredit to creativity, because most people that have creativeness don't come from money. The biggest and the best ideas come from common people because they got a lot of time to think. They have a lot of experience. They're amongst the people who are the consumers, so therefore they know what demand is and what services should be rendered to those demands. So for me, that was very, very a blow to creativity. Okay, but guess what? You guys can still move out the country and start an ICO. It's still allowed. There's still people buying ICOs. I've seen company make $20 million in 10 minutes. I've seen company make $200 in 5 hours with ICOs. There's no way in the world, nowhere, they could have done that in the banking industry. Do you know how hard it is to get a loan from the SBA? These companies that are cryptocurrency companies for the last, I see this has been going on 4 or 5 years now with ICOs. They have been making a killing. And some of these companies didn't really have great ideas. A few of them might have been a little cash grab and probably were not legitimate. But guess what? Do you think every company on Wall Street is legitimate? Do you think every company that does an IPO is a legitimate company? Do you think people don't lose on Wall Street? You got another thing coming. I remember when Facebook first went public. People lost their shirts, man. That company tanked the first, I think, 5 or 6 months. It tanked. People lost a lot of money. I personally got a friend that lost 100,000 when it first started because the price was too high, because nobody knew how to really gauge the price, because it was the first time ever that a social media website was that successful. So I think they overpriced it for a reason, for a purpose, to drown all the little guys out and to make you, you know, oh my God. And then the big guys come in when the price tank and they buy and drive the price back up, and then they sell. So this stuff is all contrived. But when you're dealing with cryptocurrency, when you're dealing with decentralization, this is based on the people. It's not based on regulations. It's not based on licenses. It's not based on banking or governments. It's solely based on demand, supply, and the people who believe in your product. And so I think that Mike Novogratz will do some good in that we can't do ICOs anymore, but he's allowing people to be able to still get some kind of funding, even though he's using probably some of the old methodologies of lending. It's okay. Now, we got a lot of people on this call And I think I see some new people, and I'm not going to talk too long, but I do want to share something with you guys. Let me see. What time is it? 6 o'clock. We got a few minutes here. And so I'm going to share something with you guys that I want to show you. And this is the Fam Wealth Network. We've created a product. And I'm very excited about it because there's nothing out there like what we have. Okay, I'm gonna go through it real quick. I'm not gonna go through the whole program, but the Family Cash Machine is very excited, and we realize that this is the greatest exchange of wealth ever in the history of the world. And people don't realize what's going on. This is the greatest exchange of wealth that's happening in the cryptocurrency space. Okay, and so with that, I'm gonna say this. There's never been a time we could do peer-to-peer transactions, peer-to-peer, without a bank, without a third party, without a financial institution in the middle. So now you can do a transaction. You know, you don't have to ask permission. Do you guys realize I feel like a little kid? I feel like a little boy when I go to the bank or when I go to Walmart or when I go to send somebody some money or go receive money from somebody. You know, they make you feel like a little kid. It's like, hey, okay, what's your name? What's your social? Who is this person? Where do they live? This and that. And what is this money for? You know, they interrogate you almost like, you know, this is your money. You can do what you want with your money, I thought, but I guess not. You know, so this is why that peer-to-peer thing is so important. Transactions are going to change forever. Hashgraph right now in the blockchain is the fastest transactions ever in the history of the world. I think Hashgraph system is doing about 370,000 transactions a second. That's a lot of damn transactions. So it's more efficient. It's more quicker. It's decentralizing, meaning you don't have to have any authority to send money. Okay, it's a store of value. Cryptocurrencies constantly gain value all the time. They just keep going up because there's a limited amount of them. There's not something like dollars where you can just keep printing. It's a disruption. Disruption means money is exchanging hands. Okay? It's also decentralized. It's an anonymity. That was one of the things that caught my attention. It's anonymous. Okay? We can send money anonymously. And I don't know why they make us feel like we're doing something wrong for sending money anonymously. Because when they read you your rights, if you ever get handcuffs on you, if you ever go to jail, for any accused reason, the judge is going to ask them, did you read him his rights? And if they don't read you your rights, and if it's noted that they didn't read your rights, you can beat the case. That's how important those rights are. In the Miranda rights, they ask you, you have the right to remain silent. It's the first thing they tell you. And then they tell you anything you say can and will be used against you. Wow. You mean even if I tell you the truth, you're going to use that against me? Yes. Because we're the opponent. We oppose you. So anything you tell us, we're going to flip it around. So guess what? Why would money have any different rule? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain private. That's your right. They're not going to tell you that. Your right is to remain private. Anything you show them of income can and will be used against you. So that's why I like anonymity. Anonymity is very important. This is the time right now to create generational wealth for you and your family. It's no better time right now. And this is why I'm so adamant about this. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because I'm taking advantage of it and I'm going to make sure millions of people take advantage of this. I don't care. Okay, I'm not the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not Warren Buffett, where these guys don't want you to buy so they can buy as much as they can. I'm a guy who buy cryptocurrency. And I understand that the more people buy the currencies that I have in my possession, the higher the price of those currencies are going to go. So I want everybody to buy the currencies that I got. I want people to buy the currencies. Buy Bitcoins, because it's going to force the value up that I have in my possession. They already have money. They're trying to exclude other people from getting to where they're at. So that's why they take that approach. Okay. Now we also have, let me see this here. We're going to just go through a slideshow. Let me see if I can do a slideshow here from the beginning. All right. You guys seen that? Wow. So now this is the Bitcoin cycler that we have. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way into it today. I just want to share with you guys some points about it. It's no monthly payments with the Bitcoin cycler. We created this cycler because we saw that Bitcoin is getting out of control. Okay, so we wanted the poor man and average people to still be able to get in this game, get in the game big, and be able to win big with Bitcoin. You can't buy any other coins until you get Bitcoins. Bitcoin is the gatekeeper. It's the grandfather. So we created this cycler. It's the best system ever in the history of this industry as far as common people coming in and getting in the game. We got one of the best systems, the Family Cash Machine, the Fam Wealth Network, okay? We have no limits on when you get paid, no time limits. So some of these companies, they tell you, put your money in here in 140 days. You got to hold your money before we can pay you. Some of these companies tell you 200 days. You put your money with us, we hold it for 200 days. When I was in a company called If Trade, they had a 60-day period. You put your money in there, you have to wait 60 days. We don't have that. You guys can get paid immediately when you cycle. Cycle means get paid. That's all it means. This is not a pyramid. This is a rotating thing where everybody get paid. Everybody working together, everybody's going to get paid. Also, we got spillover. Wow. We got spill under. I'll explain that to you guys another day. We got unlimited cycles, meaning you don't just cycle once. You pay one time and you can continue to cycle over and over again. We got to follow me. So if you do decide to go recruit, okay, the people that you recruited, they're going to follow you to the next matrix and the next matrix. We also have a force matrix. So if you guys are not that strong in recruiting, guess what? As the team is recruiting, as the company's recruiting, people are going to fall under you, okay? We also don't require you recruiting. Recruiting is not fully required, but I'm going to tell you guys something. It could help your matrix move faster if you are entertaining people. And I tell people all the time, don't sell this cycle. Don't go to people and say, oh my God, we got a cycler. You need to come to the cycler. I'm telling you guys because you're on a call. And people need to understand how it works, okay? But I don't sell the cycler. I tell people about Bitcoin. I teach people about this industry. I teach people how much money is coming to this and how valuable Bitcoin is going to become. And as I do that, they get excited. And then as they get excited, then I bring them into the cycler. I let them park money here, and as they have money in our cycler, they come on our call and they start learning more and more and more things. They start becoming more proficient in this information. They start becoming more knowledgeable. Now they're more convinced, they're more confident, and now people start being attracted to them, okay? And then all of a sudden, bam, they got paid. So now they're really excited. So that's what we do. We earn while we learn. We have the fastest, I'm not gonna say the fastest, but this is faster than mining. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. It's less expensive than mining. It's less difficult than mining. Mining is extremely difficult. You don't have to depend on a human being. There is cyclers out there and different little gifting programs where you got to give Bob the money. Bob gives it to Heather. Heather gives it to Jane. Jane gives it to Pookie. Pookie gives it to Joe. And you have to trust a human being to give you your money. This is not that. We have a software here. We have a software that we tested over 72,000 times. The software, the algorithms pay you. I don't pay you. The Fam Wealth Network don't pay you. It's a software. It's a mathematical algorithm. Immediately, as soon as 14 positions fall under you, you get paid. Nobody is holding your money. Wow. So you don't have to wait for Bob to go mail you the money or however else those systems were working. And you're getting paid in Bitcoins. Wow. A product is going up in value. And a product that's really hard to get right now if you're trying to mine it. It's almost impossible. In fact, I think Genesis don't even offer mining on Bitcoin most times. That's rare that they even offer contracts for Bitcoins, okay? There's only 5 million Bitcoins left. There's over 16 million out, and it'll be to 2,140 for the rest of them are ready. That's a long time. That's how difficult it is. So good luck if you're trying to mine Bitcoin. Good luck. Good luck on that one. Okay, so we created this so you guys can get Bitcoins. Now, I know you guys talking about all these other coins are going to make money. None of these coins are going to reach the limits to Bitcoin. I'm telling you that right now because it's the first of its kind. It is the granddaddy. It's going to create intrinsic value. It's going to be like the first car that was ever made. No car is going to exceed that value, okay? So This is not a hype company making you guys impossible promises, only to leave you guys with high and dry, wondering what happened to your money. This is not that, okay? A lot of these companies tell you guys what they want to tell you, okay? And get you in these companies. It sounds great. You see your money on the screen. Oh man, I'm at 10,000, I'm at 5,000, I'm at 20,000, but you never get your money. You never get paid. This is not that. This is a mathematical algorithm. This is very, very possible. This is a 580% return on your investment. Wow. Let me take a deep breath on that one. I'm gonna say it again. 580% return on your investment. 100% real mathematical. 72,000 tests we ran, and we even tested it for a month with real people, and it is a proven system. And now we're getting ready to crank it up on a big way, okay? So this is no more broken promises. How is it that people in the public, even myself, time and time again, we join these companies that make us big promises, leave us with no money, broken dreams, and nothing to show for but pain, anger, and time lost? You know what the answer to that is? These companies tell you what you want to hear. They tickle your ear. Oh my God, you don't have to do anything. You just come in here and you'll make money every day. You don't have to do nothing and just give us your money, but you got to let it sit here for a long time and we'll pay you. And you don't, and we have this, we have that. We'll give you, recruiting fees and all this stuff, but none of this money is in your possession. It's just on a screen. They got your money locked up. I've been so victimized to these companies. I've been in 5 or 6 companies that took my money. They made me all kind of astronomical promises. And the promises is what caught me. It was the promises. It was the false, deceptive, misleading techniques that they have, okay? And it make it sound so good to your ear. They tickle your ear. Ooh, oh, that sounds good. Oh my goodness. Oh, I like that. See? But it's not real. This company here is a real mathematical algorithm, okay? It works. We've done it over and over again. Several people have got cycled. We have cycled out 75 cycles. Wow. It's real. It's based on mathematics. I remember one company saying they were going to take over 30% of the mining. When I heard that, I said, they're just telling people anything. Let's look at the mining right here. This is how difficult it is to mine Bitcoins right now. Okay, let me blow this up for you guys. I should blow this up. Let me go back. Hopefully you guys can see that. You have all these different companies, these different mining pools. Okay, you got BTC. They got over 13%. Bitcoin, you got BTC.com or BTC Top. They got over 13% of the mining. You got Ampool with 70% of the mining. You got BTC.com with 23%. You see all these little companies? These people have been mining Bitcoins for years, and they're already competing for blocks. It is very, very difficult to get in the game with these people who have spent millions of dollars on mining equipment. They have huge mining facilities. They are competing with each other for blocks. It is almost impossible for you at this point to get in that game and mine and compete for Bitcoins with these people right here, okay? So like I said, when I heard a company say, oh, we're gonna take over 30% of the mining, this is one of the companies that just went out. I'm not gonna say the names, I don't wanna get into all that, because again, I feel compassion for people that lose their money because I've been in that position before. And this is one of the reasons why the Family Cash Machine is here and the Fam Wealth Network is here, so people don't have to fall for that stuff anymore, and people can come together and make money together in a sustainable system that they can just network and keep cycling each other out and keep recirculating money. This is a system that's been going on for thousands of years in Japan. They just didn't have the software. People have been doing this for thousands of years in Japan, this type of system where it's just kind of like a gifting and everybody takes turn getting paid. We have a software doing it now. We don't have to trust people, but the system is proven to work, okay? Okay, you guys, presenting the greatest method in accumulating Bitcoins. The greatest method in accumulating Bitcoins, the Fam Wealth Network has now had it. Presented by the Family Cash Machine, okay? You guys have the cycler. And I'm gonna get off of this, and I think I'm going to go to the website real quick and just show you guys some stuff on how it works. And then we'll get off this call and I'll open up for some questions and answers. I do want to show you guys some real cycles that has happened in real time. And I'm not going to show you scenarios right now. I'm going to show you some real stuff and how it's been going down. And we have stopped the cycler for about a month because we had to make sure that we could withstand the traffic that we're getting ready to get. We had it going for a whole month. And in that 1 month we had it going, we were able to pay out 21 Bitcoins. Wow. There's no way financially or physically possible that the family cash machine could have mined 21 Bitcoins. No way. There's no way we could have did it. There's no way we could have competed with the competition right now for that amount of Bitcoins. We managed to give out 21 Bitcoins. I managed to get 4 myself in a month with this system. So I'm a product of this product. I'm not selling something that I'm not a product of. I'm a product of this. I know it works, okay? All fluff aside, all BS aside, all the stuff, the good stuff they tell you, oh my God, you can do this, you can do that. All these companies attract hundreds of thousands of people by misleading them and telling them things that's not true. But people are giving their money because they're telling you something you want to hear, even though it's not true. Okay? So that's what's happening. So now we have a real program that really pays out, and it's no time set on it. Okay? You can get paid in a week. You can get paid in 2 weeks. You can get paid in a month. Okay? And this is pretty much what we have. This is how it works. We have 3 programs. We have an executive program, a senior executive, and a CEO program. The executive program is 0.046 Bitcoin, which is about $680 something right now. But guess what? It pays out 0.26 Bitcoins, which is about $3,800. That's a 580% return on your investment. Now, let's say it took you a month to do that. Let's say it took you 2 months to do that. And you didn't bring anybody to the company. And in 2 months, you got 580% on your money automatically released to your personal wallet from the software in Bitcoins. Where do you know and what program do you know can do that for you right now? Which program? Just tell me which one. There's not one. There's a bunch of promises out there. There's a bunch of, companies that'll pay you on paper or pay you on screen or in your back office, but no real money ever reaches you. And you just keep putting in and putting in and putting in to these companies. I've been victimized of that so many times. Enough is enough, okay? And a lot of people might say, well, do I got to bring 2 people in? Well, it's not mandatory. If you don't bring 2 people in, you still can cycle. You still can get paid. But I don't want people to think the success is given. I don't want people to come in our company and just think I can just lay back and get paid. That's just not real life. I mean, any company that's telling you guys that, they're teaching you wrong. They're teaching you wrong about success. They're teaching you wrong about discipline and being a very successful business person. You have to work at it. You have to be adamant about it. You have to be hungry. You have to be hungry if you want to win. And if you just sit back, of course, you can still cycle in the Fam Wealth Network. But if you put effort, and we all put in effort, guess how fast these cycles could work? These cycles could work fast. They can work almost weekly. People just getting paid out, paid out, paid out. If we're all moving and putting our energy together in a massive ball of energy and other people and teaching other people to do the same thing. It's a network. It works. But I'm saying this to you guys. I don't want people to just think that success is given to them and it's just going to happen easily. I want people to understand that they have to have a certain discipline. They have to be really adamant about what they're doing and passionate about what they're doing. And they have to study what they're doing. Learn different ways to get people to do what you want them to do. There's methods and techniques at that, okay? All that old techniques don't work anymore. I'm training people and teaching people how to be effective online. I've been teaching people that for a while. I'm going to get more into that. I'll have training videos eventually for you guys to be able to watch on how to get people to do what you need them to do without selling them. How you can make people come to you. And this is what we're doing. We're teaching you guys that. I'm going to give you guys this training because I want you to be successful. Then we also have the senior executive package, which is 0.21 Bitcoins. Now remember, once you buy a position, it's permanent. It never disintegrates. You'll keep cycling in that position. So most people, what they did is when they bought one position and they cycled, they bought more positions. Now let's say you bought a senior executive position for 0.21 Bitcoin. Okay, that position pays out 0.5 Bitcoins, which is a half a Bitcoin, which you only need 6 people. It's a 2x2 matrix. So you only need 2 people in that system. I mean, excuse me, you 6 people. I'm sorry, I got tongue twisted. You only need 6 people in a 2x2 matrix. There's 6 people under you, that's it. And you get paid out. And you get it's pretty much almost like double your money on that one, but it's a faster payout because you only need 6 individuals. Well, actually, I'm wrong. Strike that. 6 positions. Because remember what I said, there's no limit on how many positions you can buy. Now, let's say 2 people come and buy 3 positions. You cycled out. You got paid out. So it's not based on people, it's based on positions. Positions that people buy. That's even better. That's even faster. You're not waiting for 14 people to fall under you. You're waiting for 14 positions. And we do have people buying 10 positions, 7 positions, 6 positions. So that can happen pretty fast with that kind of system. I think it's the best system out there right now in reality. Okay? We're talking about reality, not hocus pocus, abracadabra, now you see me, now you don't. We're talking about reality. It's the best system out here in reality. Like I said, I've earned 4 Bitcoins in 1 month. Dave earned over 4 Bitcoins in 1 month. How much is that now? What is 4 Bitcoins? 60,000? Who do you know making 60,000 a month? Now, could you imagine once we get to making 8 Bitcoins in a month? It's going to happen. The more people come in here, the more it's going to happen. This is why I'm pleading to the Family Cash Machine members who out there right now watching this video, who are not on these calls, get your behind in the Fam Wealth Network. Because as this traffic start coming in as next month, we're going to go hard with the marketing. And the more people come into this thing that want to learn from us other techniques in cryptocurrency and how to make money in this space, they're going to be forced to come into this Fam Wealth Network. We're going to be cycling, and you guys want to be in position. It's almost like now buying Boardwalk and Park Place before the game starts. That's what we're doing. We're getting the Family Cash Machine members who have been faithful to us from the beginning of this journey. We're getting them in positions. That's what this whole 2-3 months was about. Testing the software, make sure everything works. We had a few bugs. We got everything working right. We got our security system working right. We have Cloudflare, which is one of the top security systems in the world. That's what the NASDAQ use. That's what a local Bitcoin use, and several other companies, Cisco, they're all using Cloudflare to block out hackers. We're now using that system. Hackers, I'm talking to you guys. We're using one of the top systems, so ain't no hacking over here. But at the same time, we did get hacked once, but no Bitcoins were taken because the Bitcoins are not in this website. We have our own personal wallets where they're at, and those wallets are secure. We know which wallets to use, they're secure. And so that's where we're at with this company. So we're doing all the right things. We took our time to make sure we had a product for you guys. It wasn't pie in the sky, a bunch of fluff and puff, but was a real system that we all could work and not have to worry about, regulators shutting us down, because we have a closed circuit that we're just working with amongst each other. Okay, so that's what it is. We also have the CEO package, which is 1 Bitcoin, and the payout is 7 Bitcoins. Oh my God. It's a 2x3 matrix. And could you imagine cycling on that over and over and over? Let's do the math. How much is 7 Bitcoins right now? What's the payout on that? About 100 and something thousand? Let me do that right quick. Now, could you imagine? Oh, this is going to happen. Right now, we have 2 cycles that have 2 people got paid out on senior executive. We haven't had anybody on the CEO yet because there's nobody in that program, because we want people to get money and get paid in the first program, second program, and then move their way up to the 3rd program. So let's say, what's 7 Bitcoins? How much is that? 101,000 right now. Okay. Remember, Bitcoin is a stored unit of value. And a year, that 7 Bitcoins that you made with Fam Wealth Network could easily be 300,000. Wow. And you only cost you 15,000 or 1 Bitcoin to do it. Now, you might say, I don't got 1 Bitcoin. I don't have 15,000. Well, let's say you bought 2 positions in the executive. When you cycled out on the executive, you made 0.26 Bitcoins. You could, at that point, take both of those cycles that you got paid 0.26 and now do 2 positions in the senior executive. You still have your 2 positions in the executive. That's going to make you another half a Bitcoin when they cycle. But now the senior executive package at 0.21, when those 2 cycle and you only need 6 people, you got a whole Bitcoin. You got a whole Bitcoin now. And you started with $1,500, $1,200. Now you got a whole Bitcoin. Now you can get in the big boys game. So it can happen. We set the system up for you. We can't give you money, but we set the system and platform up for you to get money with us. We set the system up. We have the platform for you guys to go from a zero to a hero. But nobody's going to give you wealth, okay? That's just not how the world works. We have to work at it. We have to put effort. We have to put our mind and our soul and our body and our attention to what we're doing. And if anybody comes in this with the tenacity and drive that I have, or Dave has, or Manny has, I guarantee you, if you come into this with half the drive that you have at your job, you'll be quitting your job real soon with this system. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close this out and ask anybody if they have any questions about where we're going with the Fan Wealth Network and how the system works and how you guys can win right now with the system. Any questions? Any questions? No questions? So everybody understands how it works? Cool. Kavaris, I sent you a link today. Did you get it? Okay, I see Ja. Ja, go ahead. I see a question you got.
Nah. It's not a question. I'll let them ask that question.
Kavaris, did you get the email I sent you today? I wonder if he can hear me. Okay, any other questions? I see some new people here. If you guys have my email and you have any questions or you want to know how to purchase Bitcoins, I can actually show you how. Miss Jackie, I think she left. She did her first purchase of Bitcoins the other day. And I'm happy for her, and we congratulate her because now she's on her way. And she's going to be able to purchase bigger amounts of Bitcoins as she progressed. But she did her first purchase. She is in the Fan Wealth Network. She got in the Fan Wealth Network and didn't understand anything in this industry. And that's how it is. We want you guys to get in the Fan Wealth Network because guess what? She's been in about 2 weeks. She's learned so much on the Family Cash Machine. But guess what? Now she's making money doing other things in this industry because she's learning. And then eventually, guess what? Maybe a week or 2, she might cycle. Then now she got some more money to do some more damage. But now she's got the knowledge, wow, to take it to the next level. So there's several people on this call, I'm not going to point them out, who have made really good money in this industry in the last 4 or 5 months. Some people not on this call, and they all learned here at the Family Cash Machine, and I'm proud and excited for them. There's no haterism on this team because we all in an industry where there's enough money for all of us to fulfill our dreams. So there's no reason for any kind of contentment or anything like that. And it's each one teach one. And again, you guys, this is one of the greatest exchanges of wealth ever in the history of the world because money is about to be disrupted. Governments, banks are about to be disrupted. Industries, dozens of industries are about to be disrupted. So I would advise all of you to position yourselves for the disruption, be one of the disruptors so that you can be one of the ones that the wealth exchanges to. It's just that simple. So with that, you guys, I don't have anything else to say. I am going to ask a few people here if they have something to share at this moment. A strategic man, do you have anything to share with your team? Okay, Dave Lyons, do you have anything to share with your team?
Yeah, just real quick. I don't know who else stayed up last night to look at that ICO, that BitConnect ICO, BitConnect X. I don't know what kind of drugs they were smoking, when they decided to open that coin up at $50 in ICO mode. So they open up an ICO, $50 a coin. They're looking to make $500 million in the ICO. $500 million, $533 million in the ICO. Remember, man, you was talking about an ICO. I told you, let's do 20 million. People like, man, that's too much money. Well, that's that much money. Well, they doing $500 million. So I think our little 20 million would have been modest.
Yeah, but I don't know if BitConnect is in America either. Their base is in another country, I think.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you know, when we were talking about that, ICOs wasn't banned either. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, it was a trip to see that they actually went for $500 million. And the funny part about it is they gonna make it because they sold out their first allocation of coins. The way they got it broke down to where they got a certain number they gonna sell every day. They sold out their first set last night in 2 hours at $50 a coin. They sold 200 and something thousand coins.
Right.
You know, this industry is taking off.
Well, like I said in the beginning of the call, I don't know. I didn't join BitConnect, but I know one of our team members here is made some money with BitConnect. But I do know that in all retrospect, they have gotten a cease and desist order from Texas. Now they just got one from North Carolina. So it's just a matter of time before they try to shut that company down as far as the network marketing side of it. I know they have a coin on CoinMarketCap that's doing quite well. And they're getting ready to start this new coin that's going to be an exchange. I don't know how well it's going to do. Myself and Dave and a few of us wanted to buy into that coin, but I've never seen something start off at $50 in ICO. That's kind of high. They could be successful. I don't know. Me personally, I think it's a cash grab. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm going to stay away from that one right now. Myself personally, you know, I don't know too many people coming into this industry that has the knowledge to trust that. You know, there's a lot of different things we can do a lot cheaper and safer. We don't know where that's going to go. I hope, like I said, I hope them the best because there's a lot of people involved in it, but I'm going to kind of stay away from it right now with the $50 in the ICO period. Again, personally, I think it's a cash grab. You know, that's just me personally. I don't know. There's a lot of companies that are supposed to come out this year that's going to help decentralize this industry even more. And the regulations that are coming down is to discourage this industry, but it's too far gone. This industry is too far gone. They can't stop it. So, but you know, they're trying the best they can, and they're causing some hindrance and some difficulties for us, but it's only making people think more, and it's only making people drive harder, because when people start making money and start becoming financially free, they're not gonna just stop. You know, they're gonna figure out other things to do, and they're gonna get more creative. And so that's what's gonna happen. But with that, I don't have anything else to say. I wanted to thank everybody for coming to the call tonight. And I see my daughter's giving me the sign that I gotta go take her to her boxing lessons, and she don't want me to miss it tonight. So I'm gonna be on time today for her. And you guys have a great evening. And again, the Fam Wealth Network is up. It's running great. It's a great way to get Bitcoins, 50, 60 Bitcoins in the next 5 or 6 months. And who knows what's going to come out of this Fam Wealth Network that we're creating, as well as the direction we're giving you guys as you're making Bitcoins, what to do with them. So with that, we're going to get off this call. You guys have a wonderful evening. And I don't have anything else at this point. It's a Family Cash Machine. Peace.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. All right.
Good night, you guys.